Hey guys, Manny here, and in today's video, I am going to share with you all my entire Nintendo Switch game collection. Even the ones that I haven't even touched, the ones that are in my backlog. Yes, it's true, I have a backlog catalog. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing for video content like this. All right, let's get started. All right, so the first game that I want to talk to you all about, and we're talking about the ones right now that I've completed, is the Metal Gear Solid collection. This is the Master Collection containing 1, 2, 3, and 2 games from the NES version, Metal Gear 1 and 2, which I haven't played, so I'm not gonna talk too much about them. But these 3 games are pretty much go tier from the PS2, Xbox era. They pretty much is a carbon copy of the game itself. A lot of people were just disappointed in the fact that, I don't know, maybe the emulation wasn't just updated to today's standards. I didn't really take too much stock in it, obviously, because I played it. I enjoyed the crap out of it. I looked past just some of the just the cons, like the shortcomings of this compilation title, and really appreciate it for what it was. 1, 2, and 3, both top-notch games. 2, in my opinion, being the weaker one. I'm in the middle of part 3 right now, which the campaign is a lot longer than I recall, I remember, which isn't a surprise to me. But what isn't a surprise is why they chose to remake Metal Gear Solid 3. And it makes sense. And maybe in a future video, when the remake to Metal Gear Solid 3 comes out and I get to play it, maybe I'll talk to you all about that in a future video. But please do check out this game here, Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1. All right, so the next game. All right, let's see. So like I said, I am going to talk to y'all about my entire collection. Next title is Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order. This is like a multiplayer beat 'em up. You have 4 characters. You could choose up to 4 characters on your team, and it's single play, co-op campaigns. There's a lot of little extras that I really didn't dive into, which I'm sure a lot of people will appreciate if they're like hardcore Marvel fans. I will recommend this game on the merit just based on that alone. And not only that, this is a really good game. This is a really, I would say, fun multiplayer experience. I wouldn't invest too much into the story because I feel like the story is just like your just basic generic like story. I know it's a great inspiration from like the Infinity War Endgame movies around that time, because I think that's when the game was released. But it's just the dialogue and just the like I said, the story that takes me back a little bit. It comes off a little bit too cheesy, but that's just me. That's just my opinion. The gameplay does get a little bit repetitive just because it's a beat 'em up. So, combos can be like generated kind of tend to be easy. And sometimes it can be a little bit more repetitive. So just keep a looking out for that. Maybe it's not your cup of tea, but if you're curious, just check it out. All right, you can still find this. All right, the next one. All right, here we go. You might be surprised about this one. Cookie Mama Cookstar. That's right. I played this with a girlfriend. Not too much to say about it. There's not much substance into it. I felt like this is more like suited for like a mobile game. It's in the name itself. There's just not much like exploration. It's just like an arcade type, just make your own cuisines and stuff. Still fun though. But if this is like a game that you're looking for you and your girlfriend to play, if she's not into video games too much, check this out. This is a good one to find. All right, I'm surprised. I bet you a lot of people are surprised that I picked that out. All right, let's talk about Animal Crossing here. This is for the girlfriend, but the small time that I played this game, I did appreciate the nuances of it. It's like a real world, like just real life building game. Kind of on the lines of like The Sims, right? But it's in its own unique world, unique characters. It doesn't really try to make the real world as what The Sims tend to do, but I like it. This is mainly for the girlfriend, like I said, but I can appreciate why so many people I just invest so many hours in it, and I get it. If you're into that type of game, please do it, because please check it out, because I do think that Nintendo did hit a home run with this one. So Animal Crossing New Horizons. All right, check it out. All right, this is the one that I really want to talk to y'all about. I'm gonna try to not to spend too much time with this one. Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection, containing 12 Street Fighter games, spanning from Street Fighter 1 all the way up to Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. So it captures all like the main Street Fighter games, as well as the Alpha Collection. This is the first game that I ever purchased with my Nintendo Switch, fun fact. And I still play to this day. I've enjoyed it, invested so many hours in it, and I can appreciate how Capcom collected the right games. And what I mean by that, it just captures the essence of like diversity of styles that of what Street Fighter encompasses. So what I mean by that, man, you got your Ryu and Kens, your Balrogs, your Camis. It's just like so much of a learning curve that people will invest like hours and hours into just mastering their characters. And this is where it all started, man. So this is a good, if you're not into fighting games, I would say this was a good place to start, because it contains so many, and you can find your style of character and preference. So check it out, Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. All right, man. Woo. You cannot have a Nintendo Switch collection without Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I really can't say much about it that has already been said on this game. People are probably just exhausted with the content of Mario Kart 8 at this point, because there's so much, but I can appreciate it because it's so good, if that makes sense. Really fun multiplayer game to this day. I think this is, I don't know where they can go from this, to be honest with you, but Mario Kart 8 is just an enjoyable ride. Just the styles, the gameplay balances. I feel like they kind of like tweaked it up a little bit, because I mean I can recall doing the 150cc and just having a little bit of resistance, let's just say that, and I was able to knock it out of the park. I finally got all the trophies. But with that said, you owe it to yourself to add Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Okay. All right. Here's one where I'm a little bit conflicted on, and hopefully I can try to explain it. And this is Double Dragon Gaiden: Rise of the Dragons. This is a beat 'em up, and I'm a big fan of beat 'em up. If you know me, and most of you I don't, but beat 'em ups are like my favorite like type of style of games, video games, because one, they're so easy to get into, two, not much of a learning curve, and three, it's just fun. It's just mindless fun that if you want to just not have to like invest so much time into it, beat 'em ups are just there, because it's like I said, just get up and go. This is kind of an homage to like the old school Double Dragons, but it just falls flat, and just the gameplay, the tweaks, it just the how it runs, it just falls flat. It doesn't capture the magic that I remember Double Dragon being, like the first couple of Double Dragons 1 and 2. And for that, I really can't recommend this game too much. Is it a bad game? The honest answer is no. I beat it, finished it. I think I almost unlocked everything, if I'm not mistaken. I'll probably have to check when I pop this later on. But the gameplay just seems so repetitive, and I maybe because there isn't too much of a style of attacks in here, it's lacking in that. And for that, you kind of find yourself a little bit bored with it. And that's what happened to me. I don't know what happened, if that's happened to those who have already played the game. But I can see that this kind of falls short of like what perfect beat 'em up would be. So I can't really recommend this too much unless you are really like a hardcore Double Dragon fan. Okay, so check it out if you want. But I stay on the fence for everyone else. All right. All right, here we go. Talking about beat 'em ups. TMNT. The Cowabunga Collection. So if you know my channel, I do a lot of TMNT content. I've unboxed video games, action figures, so it's no different. That it shouldn't be a surprise to a lot of y'all if y'all follow me that I've played the games. This is your must buy if you're a fan. So if you haven't checked it out, shame on you. Please do so. This contains platformers, which I was really impressed with because all my experience or all my exposure to the games were just the beat 'em ups on the arcade. It does have a fighting game, which I was surprised. It was a little bit enjoyable. It's not the perfect fighting game, but it's enjoyable. So there's something for everyone here if you like turtles, and if you're not, then I really can't recommend it too much. But for the rest of y'all, get out there, check it out. It's probably on sale as we speak. Who knows? Being that it's Christmas season, excuse me. So TMNT Cowabunga collection. All right, man. So here we are. The Super Mario 3D All-Star Collection must buy. Now, unfortunately, this game is out of print, so I doubt that you'll have like the best of luck finding this game. But it contains like some of the best 3D Mario games, in my opinion. 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy. I'm impressed with how Nintendo like just revamped the look of all three games. Now, 64 being the weaker looking one, but I still found out that just the first coat of paint, it's a lot more pleasing than if I were to put this into my Nintendo 64, my OG 64. So they really just refreshed like the look, the visuals of the game, each three of the games. So I don't think I can add anything to what's already been said. Sunshine would be the weaker one of the three, but I still found that more the enjoyable. So like I said, I really can't speak bad on any of these three games. So if you can find it, best of luck, check it out. I'm just lucky that I was able to have a copy of my own. So Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Okay. All right, so we're gonna switch from Mario to Link and Zelda. So Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity. So this was done by, who was this done by? Team Ninja, I think. Is it Team Ninja? Oh shoot, man, it doesn't have the developer's name on it. Let me see if I can look this up. I don't even see it. Koei Tecmo. Excuse me, I thought it was Team Ninja. Koei Tecmo. This is a hack and slash game style, in the sense of like Dynasty Warriors. Funny, I just said Hyrule Warriors, but you think of Dynasty Warriors, but a touch of Link and Zelda. I like it because yes, it's a beat 'em up, but it bridges the story of the Breath of the Wild timeline. So it just like gives you like a added touch, an added dimension into that story. So I only played this once, but I did appreciate like how you just explore, run around. I'll probably pop this again and just play it one more time because, like I said, I feel like people didn't appreciate this type of game just because I think it's just not a true Legend of Zelda game. But I think that was a mistake, and I'm glad I didn't make that mistake. Because like I said, I found some enjoyment into it. Maybe because it seemed like the style would be so repetitive that, you know, it would draw like gamers away from it, but it didn't happen to me. So with that said, I would say just check it out. Maybe if you have a friend that owns a copy, and they'll let you try it out for your own. This isn't too expensive, I believe. I don't know, but if you can find it on like the resale market, please do so. Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity. All right, man. So let's talk about Pokemon. Brilliant. Oh no, Shining Pearl. So I played Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. I never played the DS version of this game because it's a remake to it. Many people that I've read were kind of disappointed with the look of it. And I can't agree with that. I actually felt like that would be the perfect direction on how to remake a game from that era of video games, the DS meaning. I felt like the style, the look of it was pristine. Gameplay wise, man, what can you expect if you haven't played a Pokemon game? It's there. I felt like the story was more investing, so to speak. I just didn't like the legendary Pokemon, the Palkia. Maybe it's just me, but and maybe I didn't pronounce this Pokemon's name correctly. But having said all that, check it out. I feel like this is one of the stronger Pokemon titles and better remakes, in my opinion. All right, so Shining Pearl and Brilliant Diamond. All right. Oh, okay, man. Here we go. Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. Maybe it's just me, but I didn't appreciate this game enough because I have so many friends who are still playing this game to this day. Tournaments are being held. Maybe I just didn't see what they saw, but I do appreciate what they're doing with this game, with the content, with the downloadable DLC characters, the styles. Maybe it just wasn't my cup of tea, but I enjoyed this game. If you're not a big fighting game fanatic, maybe it's not for you, but if you are, check it out. This is like a really well done game. Just the balance, the levels, the stages, just the attention to detail there. You can tell that the developers who shoved in so many endless hours making this game know that they were dedicated, they were passionate about this game, and it shows, and this is the outcome of it. So many people have bought this game with reason. Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. All right, we're moving on back to Mario again. Mario 3D World. I can see why this didn't make it on the 3D All-Star compilation game. It's a good game. I'm not saying that it's bad, but I feel like it's way generic, and that's kind of like disappointing because I hold a Mario game to such a high standard. Since I think the first game I ever played and finished was Super Mario World on the SNES. Check that game out. But I just feel like just the style, kind of like the look of it, is just generic. Even the Katsu Mario is really good. Like I actually think that that's one of the better strong suit of the game. But just the design, the level, I just felt like didn't add anything, didn't raise the level of like the quality of what a Mario game is. I just felt like it just, okay, this is your like generic Mario game, and then they made it. That's not, like I said, not to say that's a bad game, but if you're ever interested into 3D Mario games, don't overlook it, but there are better ones out there. All right. Oh, back to Pokemon again. Scarlet and Violet. Man, a lot of people were divided on this because the frame rates of the game, and you can see it. It's out there. Like you don't have to be like a super like video file game. You can see in the background that the frame rate stutter is there. Can you ignore it? I did, and I found so much enjoyment in these two games. I felt like the open world exploration is a nice added touch. Is it perfect? No, but I feel like they're heading in the right direction with the style of game that they're doing. So I'm really excited for the direction of like future Pokemon titles. I didn't do the shiny hunts, which I really was a little disappointed in because I really wanted to, but maybe I was just distracted with another game at the time. But there is so much content in these two titles. You owe it to yourself if you're a Pokemon fan to try them out. Scarlet, Violet. All right, man, so many games. All right, Metroid Prime Remastered Edition. Go tier game. So, fun fact, I did play the OG GameCube game. Didn't finish it completely. Finished this bad boy, and guess what? I didn't finish it completely. I didn't do the 100% thing. But I enjoyed it. The rain effects, the weather effects, the music, it's all redone to the style to cater to the Nintendo Switch. Man, what more can be said? If you're not a fan of Metroid, shame on you. Check this game out, Metroid Prime Remastered Edition. It's still out there, and not only that, I think it's on discount. So this wasn't released as a new title, or maybe it was, but they didn't give it the new title price. I think I paid $40 for it. Maybe it's still for $40. Maybe I caught it at a discount. But check this out. All right. Another Metroid game, Metroid Dread. Okay, here we go. Metroid Dread. This is a platformer, not a 3D exploration title like Metroid Prime. So I think more people would probably cling on to this just because it's more, I feel like it's more approachable in that style of games. And that's where, you know, Metroid, man, that's what the original games were based on, like side scrolling, just platforming, not side scrolling. Anyways, really well done. I did like 99%. I think there was one upgrade that I just couldn't get, and I just had to let it go, which I'm okay with. I wasn't too invested in the story, unfortunately. Maybe I'll go back again and try to play it again. But really good game, really good game. I don't hear too many people talk about this game enough, which makes me wonder, like, is this like the stepchild franchise of what Nintendo's offerings are? And I'm starting to believe that more and more, because I mean, this is a really good game. Nothing bad can really be said. Maybe the difficulty at times is a little imbalanced, but I've enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. But it makes me wonder, like, why there's not so much focus or emphasis on the Metroid franchise as much as I would like to see. I don't know. Anyways, but Metroid Dread there. Okay, back to another franchise. TMNT, Shredder's Revenge. So, oh man, this is an homage to like the old school beat 'em ups of the 90s, late 80s, you know, chunking quarters into like arcade machines and trying to see if you can last without having to chunk more in. Yeah, man. And not only that, is fresh coat of paint that added up to 6 characters at one time, which can be a little bit jarring. That's why my one drawback from this game is having 6 players all at one time, and you're trying to keep track of where you're at, your character or the other characters. Online function was okay for the most part. Maybe it's just my internet service, I don't know. But having said all that, they jammed in about 15, 16-ish levels. And then there's some extra survivor modes, that they added to this game. Really well done, really well made. And there's a level system, which, no, it's okay. Nothing too extravagant about it. Combos are there. Doesn't feel repetitive in one bit. So you can get creative to your style of how you want to play your character. So again, check it out. TMNT, Shredder's Revenge. All right, so now we're going to Breath of the Wild. One of the first few titles that I bought with my Nintendo Switch. Again, another one where I really can't add too much that has already been said. One of my favorite titles. Finished the campaign twice. Collected all the shrines on the second one, which, man, that was really cool. But yeah, this is a really cool game. I actually, when my second replay, I kind of appreciated more on the sandboxing aspect of this game. What they were doing. I didn't appreciate it enough the first playthrough because I was just really determined to just get this game completed. But I appreciate now what they're trying to do with Breath of the Wild, with the direction of that. All right, let's go back to Pokemon Arceus. Man, so many pronunciations on this game. I think this one really brought me back into loving Pokemon again. This is more on the open world style of Pokemon games, and this really changed the scope of what they want to do with Pokemon, right? Combat was a little bit lacking on me, just because, well, I mean, combat isn't really too extravagant in Pokemon games, but I just felt it was just a lot lacking here. Just battles and battles were just done too easy, too hard most cases. But I still had my fun with it. The side quests were a little bit repetitive. I didn't complete them all. I just didn't feel like there was no added incentive in just making them. That's just my opinion. But if you're into Pokemon, into like just the open exploration style of it, check this out though. Don't sleep on this one. Really good game though. Right. One game that I really truly just slept on, regrettably, was Monster Hunter Rise. I only played a few hours into the game. It just didn't resonate with me for whatever reason. And I popped it a few times just to give it like a fair chance. I know that it's a good game. I know it's a well-styled game. Just the look of it. I can't play this handheld because it runs so slow, so I put it on dock mode. But I see so many people stream, put videos on it, and just the look and the excitement makes me jealous. Like I wish I could experience that, have that emotion with this game, but I just don't. It just doesn't click to me. Maybe I'll give it one more try, but I do think that this is a good game. Just the style, everything about it. But it's just one that just doesn't resonate with me, regrettably. And it's a shame too, because I do see the goodness of this game. If you're into like just kind of this like in style of gaming, Monster Hunter Rise, check it out. Action adventure type of game. Excuse me, I didn't really go into that much detail. All right, back to Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. So what I said about the open sandbox game of Breath of the Wild, it's definitely here. It's more apparent. They made that more apparent in the presentation here. That it's just exploring, create your stuff, create your vehicles. Just explore with this, and that's great. But at the same time, I think the story or the importance of the story kind of took a backseat to what they were trying to do here. And I mean, people feel a little bit divided in that scope, but at the same time, they overlook at it and say, man, this has to be like one of the best titles in the Zelda franchises. And I agree. Where it stands with me around that is top tier. Don't get me wrong. But I tend to agree with what people say about the story. I just feel like it just kind of took a backseat, more emphasis on just the open world aspect of this, and it's cool. I respect it, but maybe just balance the two out in the next entry of like Zelda. That's my opinion. That's all. But owe it to yourself. Play it. All right. Speaking of Zelda and divineness, whatever. Link's Awakening, and this is a remake to the Game Boy Classic. Now, I played the Game Boy Classic. I've enjoyed the heck out of it. And for them to remake everything and put it on a 3D look, good job. A lot of people will say they do not like the look of Link, the characters, yada, yada, yada. But I feel like, man, if going back to playing the OG Link's Awakening and playing this now, it kind of makes sense for them to have them look the way they do now. On the 3Ds, on the Nintendo Switch, excuse me. And you just have to play the OG Link's Awakening for you to understand that. And maybe that's my opinion. Hopefully I explained it well, maybe not. I do apologize. But I found myself to enjoy the game one more time, all over again. I captured the magic of the Game Boy Classic all onto here. Not much can be added to it. It's just like, if you like the look of the game, whether it will probably just dictate if you're gonna buy this or not. So if you do, check it out. If you don't, man, that's up to you. Do what you feel like doing. All right, the last game that I've played is Super Mario RPG. This is a more recent title, obviously. This is the remake to the 1996 classic on the SNES. Okay, now, did they capture everything from that game? Absolutely. The writing, the dialogue, the story, even the look. They actually updated the look. Now, here's my drawback. I love the look, but I think some of the characters move a little bit too fluidly for my taste. And you have to compare. You have to play both games to understand what I'm getting at. But it just doesn't feel like, I don't know. It just throws you off, throws the imagination off for me. That's what I'm trying to say. I overlooked it, and I found this to be an enjoyable experience for me. They tweaked it up to have the gameplay move a little bit faster. The trio attacks are top notch. Now, the drawback to this, they did make the combat a lot easier because of it. So they didn't increase the difficulty on enemy AI, which that's a shame, because I feel like, man, they could have balanced it out. Maybe they'll do a patch where they'll do a hard mode and on this if they haven't. But I've enjoyed it. It has its charm. I hope if people buy this enough, they make a sequel to it. So there you have it. All the games that I've played with the Nintendo Switch. So there you have it. All the games that I've played on the Nintendo Switch. All right. So that's all of them. Was that? Oh, I forgot about my digital games. So apart from my physical games that I own and played, I do have a library of digital games, okay? And I haven't got a chance to talk to them. So let me run by them really quick. All right, and it's not too many, but I will talk about them. Starting with Mega Man Legacy Collection Volume 1 and 2. This captures all the side-scrolling ones, like just the mainline Mega Man games. I think 1 all the way up to 10. So it's divided up into like 2 volumes. And another thing that I'm gonna share with y'all is that I never played these games growing up, so I skipped through all of these Mega Man games. So when I bought my Switch, I was playing them for the first time, and I'm like, dang, I regret it. I had some regret. I wish I would have played them when they first came out on whatever console they were released at the time, because this was such an enjoyment, and this is such a good time capsule of like the franchise of Mega Man. I was blown away just by the style and look of the game. Yes, it's dated because it's 8-bit graphics, man. We want to see everything all high res and 4K and everything 3D, But I like the look of the 2D scope of things, the music, the level design, the boss battles. I mean, granted, there's some weaker titles in those compilations, but like if you play 2 and 3 was my favorite. But if you play some of like the stronger platforming games, the Mega Man games, you're in for a ride. You're in for a good world of enjoyment. If you haven't played Mega Man, any of the Mega Man games, check that collection out. Another collection is the Castlevania Advance Collection. So it captures all the main Game Boy Advance Castlevania games from it, and it captures the essence, the look of it. I think it captures it has an extra Castlevania game which I don't remember playing, but I do remember playing the GBA games. Check that out. Well done. I mean, I don't want to go into too much detail because each of them has their unique story, and I feel like that should be dedicated for maybe a different video. But the gameplay is there, the music is there. I mean, it captures the better of the Castlevania games. So check Castlevania Advance Collection out. Another game is Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, a beat 'em up. All right, so we have a beat 'em up, and one of my favorite franchises, Scott Pilgrim. I have the mainline graphic novel books, the black and white versions. I have the Blu-ray movie. Okay, I watched the anime. That's on Netflix. So what can I say about this game? 2 things. I wouldn't say good game. That's it. Just say that. It's not a must buy, but it's a good game. Why isn't it a must buy for me? Just because of the baddies, the enemy AI is just like, man, you need some help, so to speak. You need help. And no matter how hard you level up, you'll come across one that really will give you some fits and some frustration. And you would think to yourself, like, man, I have all my characters all maxed up. Why is it that at this point in the game, I'm still having, I should be just mowing them down. It's just that imbalance of enemy AI. And that's my opinion. I mean, I'm not sure if I'm in the minority or majority on that. Really just takes away from the experience. And I can't say that it's a must buy. Check it out if you're into it. It's one of the better beat 'em ups, trust me. But that aspect of the game does kind of take away from the experience. And the last one that I want to talk about is a game called Dead Cells. Okay, it's a platformer in the style of Castlevania. It has the level up system of like an RPG, and the unique thing about it is that your character, once that character dies, he restarts all over again, and then you have to build upon it, keep building and building until you finish the level. Really cool mechanic. I haven't finished it, obviously. I don't know if you do finish it. That's the unique part of that game. But I do enjoy a ton of that game. And if you haven't tried that game out, it's like a low budget game. So maybe it didn't really get enough attention. And I don't even think it has a physical release. But check it out. It's on the eShop. It's called Dead Cells. Okay. My backlog. Okay. So I'm gonna talk to y'all on why I purchased these games, and hopefully explain why they just sat on my shelves for so long. So the first one is Hades. Okay, so I bought this on the cheap on Amazon.com. Just discount after discount. This ended up being $10 for me, so I just went ahead and bought it. Some way, somehow, it just landed on my shelf. Again, maybe just distracted with something else at the time. Probably why I didn't pick it up. All right, Bravely Default 2. And I really hate when stores place the sticker all over the title. Hopefully I can get that out. But I've heard good things about this franchise as well. It's come from Square Enix. I never played anything from this franchise. So probably why I picked it up. Because it was so cheap and I was just curious on it. Okay. Speaking of Square Enix, Final Fantasy X and X-2. So I played these on the PlayStation 2. Had fun. Really enjoyed them, but for whatever reason, haven't popped this one on my Switch. It does contain the code for X-2, so hopefully it's still active. Fingers crossed, because I bought it used, secondhand. So I'm hoping that in the near future I get to pop this bad boy in. Okay. Alright, speaking of Square Enix, man, Square Enix was on my mind, I guess, during this time. Trials of Mana. So unfortunately, I haven't played anything outside Final Fantasy from Square Enix, so probably why I bought this. This was probably bought at a convention, maybe on the cheap. So I'm curious to see how this RPG is. So Dragon Quest. I played Dragon Quest on the PlayStation, and when I found this cheap from GameStop, decided, well, let me get the Switch version instead. Somehow the PlayStation version was much more expensive. Don't know why, but sometimes I guess it makes sense. PlayStation games cost more than PlayStation games do tend to cost more than Switch games. So that's probably why I picked this up. It sucks that I didn't get the original box art, but what can you do? Man, more from Square Enix. I guess Square Enix has been on my mind for quite some time. Collection of Mana. Same reason as the Trials of Mana. I haven't played anything outside of Final Fantasy, so decided to check this bad boy out. But I didn't. And we're still with Square Enix. So Nier Automata. Just because it has that techno-noir, like black and white type of aesthetic looking game here. That's probably why I picked it up. Unfortunately, I haven't played it, so that's a shame. Okay. Another game that I haven't played, and this time that's not Square Enix, but I haven't played Skyward Sword on the Switch yet. I have completed it on the Wii. but I've heard so many people say it's just a carbon copy of the Wii version that it kind of really just like put me back a little bit. But I'm still gonna give it a shot though, give it a try. All right, another Nintendo franchise, Fire Emblem Three Houses. Really heard nothing but good things about Fire Emblem, so I can't wait to just one day check this out. It's RPG on the strategy side. I like the look of the graphics, kind of more cel-shaded type of thing. So that's probably why I bought it, and probably bought it on the cheap as well. All right, let's talk about another game, a compilation title, Capcom Museum. Again, you're catching. Hopefully, you're catching the trend. I probably bought all of these on the cheap. So bought this from Amazon, probably on a sale, and haven't popped it in. But who doesn't love Pac-Man, and who doesn't have Pac-Man in their collection? Like, it's a given. Come on now. All right, another compilation is Capcom Fighting Collection. I know it contains more than just Street Fighter here, so it probably captured my intrigue about buying this game. So I know it has Darkstalkers, a couple of more other titles there here and there. So yeah, that's probably why I bought that. Another game, this one really was surprising, is Xenoblade 2 or Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Never played any of the entries, but when I saw this at a convention show for the cheap, decided, hey, why not pick it up? Maybe one day, who knows? And that's it. The last one, Mario Party Superstars. Right? Combining all the boards from the first 3 Mario Parties and making it into one big game. So that's probably why I bought this, because it's just like it captures the games that I grew up on. That's it. So here's my backlog, and you know, like, what do y'all guys think? You know, am I the only one with a backlog like this? Yeah, drop it down in the comments. I'm really curious to hear you guys' thoughts on what my backlog is. I know I'm not the only one, but please share your thoughts. That's it. I talked about all my games that I've collected for the Nintendo Switch, the ones I played, the ones I haven't, and my digital side, which is wild to me. If you made it to this video till end, thank you again. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, share it. I really appreciate my intimate following. Small, albeit small, but I do appreciate it. Here's to 2024, and hopefully, man, we do it big. All right. Thank you guys again. Take care. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.